What's up, guys? It's Josh from 255K, and I wanted to do a robot explanation video today. Now, I know we weren't really the best team ever, but this has always been something that I wanted to do, and also I'm kind of just doing this for myself so I can, look back on it. But it also just might help teams who are going to Worlds and maybe could get a couple ideas or something. There's nothing really special about it, but I kind of just want to do this just for fun. Why not? But anyways, starting off the drive, every team has it. Or not every team, but you know what I mean. Very popular drivetrain this season, and for a very good reason. 450 RPM, on 3.25-inch wheels, very fast. And then we also have screw joints on here for better friction, and it's a lot stronger. So I'd recommend every team to do that. Also, because it's 450, the 36 tooth gears and the 48 tooth gears have to be like up or down a hole. So what we have the 36 tooth gears on the center hole, but then the wheels on the top hole, and that's kind of to lower our robot to the ground more for better center of gravity, less tipping and jerking back and forward. Also ignore this bent thing, just ignore it. What's nice about this drive is that it just looks, the motors being close together, it just looks clean, and it was nice because you have a lot of room to work here with the intake and then also clamp over there, and it was just very nice. And then also having these as 36 tooth gears where you can fit this cross brace here so that the hooks can get as low as possible was very, very nice as well. I know a lot of teams do it, but it was just very nice. We also have these guider pieces here, this is like free spinning, so that this can, the wheel or the rings can guide into our intake. So that's very nice. Next up, we have our first stage intake. Very simple. It's 400 RPM, 5.5 watt motor with a 1-to-2 gear ratio. This was nice, especially when doing wall stakes, because you can do double wall stakes a lot better, like cycles a lot better, and fill up wall stakes a lot better. But I would say that the advantages of 11 watt Lady Brown will overtake the advantages of this one, even though they're both really nice. But this also, we have this specific wheel configuration, you could say. We found that this was the best one to have because the wheel first contacts here in the center, or the ring first contacts this in the center, and then it also contacts these two side ones. We also brace our aligner as well that's on top of here, just because what I noticed is the teams that didn't, theirs would just bend down and it wouldn't do a great job at aligning. So with bracing this, it sort of made it a lot stronger. And our aligning, this aligner, for a bottom aligner, it was actually worked out really well. So that was nice. And we also had this little second stage here to help the rings get up more, which was also nice. And then next, the conveyor. Very simple conveyor, 600 RPM, with the flex wheels on top. A tip for teams: make these flex wheels as close as possible, because when these flex wheels are as close as possible, it sort of makes it so that the ring contacts these two flex wheels as early as possible, meaning it has the most amount of time for your rings to get a nice flip onto the goal and actually go on the goal clean, which is why one of the reasons why our ring scoring was very consistent. So there's that. But also another part is obviously clamp, just low-key kind of hole counted ace clamp. That's all right though. But I will say what teams should do is to get the clamp stronger and as strong as possible. Kind of make it so that this clamp, when it's down, this part and the pistons make a 90-degree angle, because that's what makes it the strongest. And you'll see, if you notice over on here where we brace our Lady Brown, you'll see that this C channel and also this half cut 3 wide do make a 90-degree angle, and that was so that our Lady Brown could be as braced as possible and as strong as possible. Thank you, Jack. But also what I want to point out is this right here. Now these are just spacers. They really help with aligning the goal. So if you're struggling with, aligning the goal when it takes time in the beginning of the match to grab a goal, definitely add these because you can just ram into the goal like this and it'll perfectly align itself. Also, what we did is we use a brown screw with these two spacers up here so that the goal could not actually slide over, because we were finding that when we went into the goal at like high speeds, then it would slide over, and that was just not good. So we just added this, and now we never got stuck on them, so we can go into a goal at full speed and it'll still align itself. Next up we have Lady Brown. This Lady Brown, it was very, very nice. Probably one of the best parts of our robot. It was very simple. There's nothing really too special about it, but I will say, especially if you're doing 5.5 watt Lady Brown, add rubber bands back here because they pull on it, right? And then that allows it to, this motor, to have less, to need to move less weight because these rubber bands are supporting it. This side kind of broke, but it's fine. Especially because we had a pretty heavy Lady Brown. We had these 3 wides here, C channel, C channel, C channel, and then this metal also here. It was heavier, and it was also 1-to-4 gear ratio on a single 5.5 watt motor. So this the rubber bands definitely helped a ton, especially with, if you look back at our Great Valley like recap, when we first had this, it was very slow, and then you look at Norristown Invitational and States, and it was just a lot faster because of these rubber bands right here. That was very nice. And what's also nice is that it's 180. A lot of teams you've probably seen have 180-degree Lady Browns. Very nice for untipping goals, tipping goals, alliance stake, scoring on other people's goals, all that stuff. There's just all very good advantages of 180-degree Lady Brown, or 360-degree Lady Brown, whatever you want to call it. Also, we have passive hang. Very simple. This side, the rubber band broke. But for some reason, you'll see these wiggle a lot. And that's actually intentional because it, for some reason, just allows it to work 10 times better. So I wasn't going to change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, hang was nice. We didn't really use it in matches. It was only really skills, but it was still very nice to have. Also, finally, we have the Doinker. Very simple Doinker. Sugar Rush Deca Jack sticker. Deca Jack sticker automatically makes your game improve by 10 times. So have it on your robot. Boxed 1x1. And then also what happened was that since this was already attached, and I low-key may or may not have not felt like completely unscrewing this and putting a spacers through here, so I just added this, nylock here, and then screwed this in as tight as possible with the nylock, which kind of just made it so that it would be fully screwed in, because as you know, standoffs unscrew very easily, but it would also not have to, put too much strain on this thing where it bend in, and it was just very simple. Only single action with a rubber band to save air, but yeah, that's basically it about our robot. Nothing else extra to it. But anyways, good luck to the teams that are going to Worlds, and we'll see you guys next season.